Alright, so we're going to review this SOARFLY 21 volt cordless impact wrench. Comes from Amazon. Comes in this generic rugged case, which is kind of nice. It's got the carry handle on two sides that can be carried. A couple of latches that I don't know what they're for, but it looks like a kind of a generic ruggedized case, but it's nice to have everything inside that. Inside we get the user manual in there. Comes with 5 sockets, a 17, 19, 21, 22, and 24 size, so those are good standard size sockets to use. Also comes with the extension bar, 5-inch extension bar, which is handy to have as well in there. Comes with the SOARFLY impact cordless impact wrench. With the BL motor in there. We'll talk more about that. And with two 41 amp hour batteries in there. Both of these from the charge indicator are fully charged, already fully charged in the box, which is nice. So out of the box it's ready to go with the two. And then the battery charger as well. So 2 batteries, which are handy. One can be charging while you're using the other. If you run out, then swap it. For the drill itself, 1/2-inch drive, standard size there. Does have a reverse and forward switch. In the middle mode, it locks the trigger, so you can't accidentally activate it when the battery is put on. It has an LED light to light the work surface area. That's kind of helpful with that. And then down on the front edge here, you have settings for the variable speeds on there. So it's really hard to read the writing that's on there, but it does have 3 bars to indicate the level, whether it's low with 1 bar showing, medium with 2 bars showing, high with 3 bars showing. Gives you additional torque and additional speed on there. In the reverse mode, the button here toggles between brake lock and continuous mode. Difference being that when brake lock is enabled, as soon as it senses a reduced torque, it'll stop turning the wrench so that you don't spin off the nuts too quickly on there. So that's a handy feature to have. Alright, I'll take a quick look at the sockets that they sent. The sockets are deep sockets for use with the impact wrench. However, the socket sizes, the socket walls are not as thick as the other deep impact sockets that you'll normally get. If we look at the narrowest portion out here at the corners, we get just 0.05 of a thickness right there. This is a standard impact socket, and if you look at the corners on those, they're 0.1 inch thick. So the corners of these sockets that are provided are about half the thickness of a typical impact socket that you will get. So these would probably be fine for light duty to medium duty. Definitely wouldn't use them on heavy duty. They're likely to crack on there. The other issue that's found is the manual indicates that these sockets come with a rubber ring, and then there's a safety pin which goes through the center in order to hold the sockets more securely in place. However, none of the sockets received have any rubber ring on them. They just come as sockets, and there's no safety pin to insert through here and then move the rubber ring over as indicated in the instructions to hold it in place. So none of that is there. So from a safety perspective, probably not the safest thing to use. I would use a standard impact socket and put that on there and let the friction fit hold it in place. Again, for light duty or medium duty is probably fine. Wouldn't do that with heavy duty applications. Okay. Alright, for the functional demonstration, I'm going to remove the tire. This is on actually a 2011 Hyundai Elantra. So we're going to take off the 5 wheel lug nuts. Those are torqued on to 80 foot-pounds. So it should be very easy for this. And then we'll try to break loose the axle nut here with this, which is on 204 foot-pounds. So it should give a good test. I'll have it in its brake lock mode, which again stops once it detects no torque on there. So it should continue to fire until the nut loosens and then stop. Okay. Very good. It stops automatically. I'm not letting go of the trigger. It just stops. Okay. So that's very handy and very good. No problem there at all with that. So for a bigger test, we'll see if it can break loose the axle nut. Again, that's a larger one, on with a much higher torque. Let's see if that's. Yep, no problem there. It broke that loose as well. So it seems to have plenty of torque for undoing most bolts and nuts on vehicles. I use the impact wrench far more for removing things and loosening, so the backwards torque is more important to me than forward, but seems to have plenty of power for that. So from a power perspective, it seems to be doing the job well. 2 battery packs are handy to have with that. The only concern, as listed previously, is that the sockets that are provided are not really true impact sockets, and they are missing the rubber rings and the safety pin, which is used to hold it into place. Otherwise, seems to be a good product. We'll continue to use it. Look forward to getting lots of use out of this.